students, welcome to Tarun IAS. Today we will be discussing current affairs of 21st of October 2022. So let's start with first news of the day. The first news is about James Webb Telescope, which has captured a new view of pillars of creation. Now let's talk about the James Webb Telescope. We know that James Webb Telescope, which was launched in space in December 2021, had replaced Hubble telescope It was basically a collaboration between NASA, European Space Agency, and Canadian Space Agency, and it was launched in the year 2021 December. It is the largest and the most powerful infrared space telescope which has ever been built, and it is successor to the Hubble telescope. It can see backwards in time, and this can be considered as one of the objectives of James Webb Telescope. That it can see backward in time and just after the Big Bang by looking for the galaxies that are so far away that the light has taken many billions of years to get from those galaxies to our telescope. That means basically James Webb Telescope is looking into the past to analyze and to understand the origin of universe. Alright. Now this is how the James Webb Telescope looks like. The James Webb Telescope is located in the Lagrange point. Now what are these Lagrange points? Now basically in order to minimize the consumption of fuel and in order to minimize the energy requirement to stabilize the James Webb Telescope, the scientists what they do is they place the James Webb Telescope or satellites in an orbit which is a balanced point between the two celestial bodies, and Lagrange point are those points where the forces between the two celestial bodies they are balanced so as to give natural push to the James Webb Telescope and to stabilize it within its orbit. All right. So James Webb Telescope is located and it is stabilized in one of the 5 Lagrange points between Earth and the other celestial body like Sun and Moon. Now let's come to the objectives of the James Webb Telescope. Now the first objective of James Webb Telescope is to examine the cosmic history from the Big Bang to the formation of the galaxies, stars and planets to the evolution of our own solar system. Alright, so the objective of the James Webb Telescope is to examine the cosmic history. The goals for the James Webb Telescope can be grouped into 4 themes. The first is to look back. Now basically the James Webb Telescope is going to look back into the past around 13.5 billion years to see the first stars and galaxies forming out of the darkness of the early universe. That means it is going to look into the formation of the stars and galaxies during the time of early universe. The second goal is to compare the faintest and earliest galaxies to today's grand spiral and understand that how the galaxies they assemble over the billions of years. Now when the galaxies are formed, they are smaller in size. However, with the period of time, they assemble together in different shapes. For example, Milky Way galaxies is spiral in shape. There are galaxies which are circular in shape and all that. So James Webb Telescope is going to compare and understand that how these galaxies they assemble over billions of years. The third goal of James Webb Telescope is to see where the stars and planetary systems are born. Alright, the fourth is to observe the atmosphere of extrasolar planets beyond our solar system and perhaps find the building blocks of life elsewhere in the universe. Alright, now let's move on to the second news of the day. The second news is about the India-Africa Defence Dialogue, which was organized at Gandhinagar, Gujarat as part of the 12th DefExpo 2022. We know that DefExpo is a biennial event. Alright. Now we have to understand what this India-Africa Defence Dialogue is. Basically, this was institutionalized at DefExpo 2022 2020 to be held biennially during successive DefExpos. DefExpo is a biennial exercise. That means that happens. It is organized after every 2 years. So in the year 2020, the India-Africa Defence Dialogue was institutionalized. Basically, the defence dialogue is to explore the new areas of convergence, the mutual engagement, which includes the capacity building, the training, cyber security, maritime security, and counter-terrorism. Alright, the first ever India Defence Minister Conclave, it was held in Lucknow in conjunction with the DefExpo in 2020. A joint declaration named Lucknow Declaration was adopted during the Defence Expo and India-Africa Defence Ministers Conclave. Now, what is this India-Africa Defence Dialogue? The first point is that 50 countries have participated in the dialogue held in the year 2022, and they adopted what is known as the Gandhinagar Declaration as an outcome document. The declaration charts out the new areas for enhancing the defense and security partnership between India and the 50 African nations who participated. The most important stakeholders, that is India and Africa, they are to ensure the safe and secure maritime environment, especially in the Indian Ocean region. And India offered India-Africa Security Fellowship Program for the experts from the African countries through the Manohar Parrikar Institute for Defence Studies and Analysis, which is in Goa. Let's move on to the third news. The third news is that the government of India has cleared a crucial bridge project on the river Ganga in Begusarai. The key point is the bridge is being built on the river Ganga in Begusarai, Bihar. It will link the riverine areas of the Matihani and Sambu in Begusarai, and it would also connect National Highway 31 to National Highway 80, which is a highway from Begusarai to Purnia. The NHAI, which is National Highway Authority of India, it has made a rare exception to clear the feasibility report of the bridge. According to the rule, within 50 km of a bridge, upstream or downstream, a new bridge cannot be considered. Right? This is the rule. But in this case, in order to shorten the travel distance and the potential benefits to the rural economy, they might have worked in the approval of the project. Now, what are the benefits of the bridge? Basically, the bridge is going to shorten the travel route from North Bihar to South Bihar to Orissa, Jharkhand and Nepal by at least 70 km. It would also hold greater importance when it comes to the safety of the 30 industrial units in Begusarai and Barauni by providing a base and easy access to NDRF teams in any time of industrial disaster. So, by looking at the potential benefits that the bridge is going to give to the people of Bihar and the region, the government has cleared the crucial bridge project that is going to connect North Bihar to South Bihar. Now, this is how the proposed project looked like. This is the proposed major bridge, and this is the National Highway 31. And this is the National Highway 80, which connects Begusarai to Purnia, and the bridge is going to be built on the river Ganga in Begusarai. So this is the proposed bridge. So it is going to, now this is Maithani. Alright, let's move on to the fourth news, the Visor program. Alright, the Visor program, 11 women were awarded recently, they were felicitated recently under the Visor program. Now let us see what this Visor program is. Alright, basically the Visor program is women involvement in science and engineering research. Visor means women involvement in science and engineering research. Alright, it was launched by It was launched by Indo-German Science and Technology Center, and it was launched in the year 2021. It is proposed as a first of its kind program to promote women in the field of research and development through lateral entry. Now what happens? Women generally they drop out from the field of research and development. However, the government of India is trying to bring back such women by giving them lateral entry into the research doctoral fellowship. And WISER program is one such initiative between India and Germany. The program is basically will support the women scientists holding regular and long-term research positions in academia or research institutes and industry. The involvement in the program will be possible through the lateral entry. There is neither requirement for a break in career nor any age limit, and it will enable the easy participation of the women. The IGSTC is going to support the awardees with a maximum amount of rupees 13 lakh from Indian side and 48,000 euro from the German side. The WISER program offers 20 awards per year. Let's move on to the fifth news. The Prime Minister has reviewed the work in progress at the site of the National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal, which is in Gujarat. Now, Lothal is a Harappan site. Lothal is a Harappan site. Now, let's talk about the key points related with the National Maritime Heritage Complex. It will be developed in the Lothal region of Gujarat. It is being developed, not developed, will be developed, but it is being developed. Now, Lothal was basically the dockyard during the Harappan civilization. It will be basically developed as the international tourist destination where the maritime heritage of India from the ancient to the modern times will be showcased. And we know the reason that why Lothal was chosen, because during the ancient civilization, that is Harappan civilization, Lothal was a dockyard. It was basically alright. So from Lothal, from ancient to the modern times, history of India's maritime heritage will be showcased. Basically, the idea is to create a edutainment. Edutainment means education with entertainment. An approach for this destination would be that of great interest to the visitors. It is going to cover an area of 400 acres and with structures such as the heritage theme park, there will be museum, there will be maritime institute, eco resorts, and etc. There would also be many pavilions where all the coastal states in India and union territories can showcase their artifacts and the maritime heritage. We know India has a long coastline. India has a long coastline of approximately 7,500 kilometers. And with many states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Odisha, West Bengal, all these states, they have their own maritime heritage. So these states can come and showcase their artifacts and heritage in the pavilions that will be built. This is how it is going to look like. So that's it for today. Thank you so much.